Let me up in this gig.
Kitchen Table Talk with SpillitBoyTV, and we are actually not at the table, but we still gonna have kitchen table talk. We're gonna talk like we at the table. We're gonna say whatever we want to say because the subject is very heavy, very detailed. I touched on it a little bit yesterday. There's a video that I actually did. I did a cleanup yesterday, and we started off a little bit about what we were cleaning up had to do with Nas. Lil Nas X had actually started up the conversation, and then we just kind of went on from there. Thank you, Noah. So I told you all, I kept my promise that I definitely would be coming back down to talk about this some more, and I am. So much so that, like I said, I moved away from the actual kitchen table, and I didn't even bring any food today because I got so much to cover. I really want to know, is sin, not Sean, sin. We're talking S-I-N, not S-E-A-N, but S-I-N. Is sin sexy? Is it? And be honest. So that's the only thing that I'm asking coming into this. Just be honest. Be honest and be open to this conversation that we're getting ready to have. Because I am literally, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to be very open. There's going to be some people that don't really care for what it is I have to say, but why is this different than any other day? Okay, come on here. Say, hell, I don't know whether sin is sexy, but lust is sexy. Okay. I came up with that title because when I'm being real honest, sin, hell yeah. Sin is sexy. Sin is sexy. A sinful nature is sexy to our flesh. That's the whole struggle, isn't it? That's the struggle. That's the struggle. Generally, everything that we think of that's real sexy and dangerous, and you ain't got no business doing it, all wrapped in sin. Sin is a real, religion is fake. Let's just live how we want. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Scary, but that's one way to look at it. Say the Bible says it is. Absolutely, absolutely. But you know what? Let's say, am I doing this with you today? Okay, so yeah. Hey, Ashton. So look, a whole struggle, right? This is the thing. So this is how we all get started with all this. Lil Nas X, okay? Lil Nas X, and this is just catching up some people who may not have actually seen it. It's been everywhere. Friday, March 26th, which was last Friday. Oh, Lil Nas X with his cute little self, he released his video and his full song, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and the video came out. Okay. I said yesterday that I felt like what Lil Nas X was doing was trolling. Okay. And I don't feel any different today about it than I did yesterday. I feel like he's trolling. I really do. I feel like he's trolling. I feel like he definitely had a message that he wanted to get out. And he also had something he wanted to do business-wise. This is my feeling. I feel like this was a business move. Was it a smart business move? Was it a not smart business move? Is it a business move that he'll be able to recover from when come in close, my loves, come close to the screen. I'm going to say it one more time. When it blows up in his damn face, Will he be able to recover from it? And who is going to have to go get him and help him? When? I guess to be politically correct, I should say when and if it blows up in his face. When it blows up in his face. See, the whole trolling aspect of it was to poke at. And he did. He poked at some of everybody and got a reaction out of everybody. That's what you do. That's what trolling is. You put something out that you know is going to upset or stir a group of folks. And in this case, he has poked and stirred. That was a good pun. That was a good pun. That was good. He poked and stirred the LGBTQIA, people who are into Satanism, people who are into Christianity, the homophobes. Listen, folks with children. Hey, Miss T. Some of everybody, he poked them. Now, I think it's one of those things where I think he meant to poke some folks, but I think his poke was more potent than I think he even knew. And he got it popping. Millions and millions of views and millions of folks with an attitude for one reason or another. Brilliant. Brilliant. Couldn't have been thought out. It definitely could have been thought out this well. Thank you, Miss Bless. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, my thing is, I think the actual message was really what he was doing was flipping the torment back on the tormentors and to trigger them. Okay. And I got a lot of this from where, hey, viewers of you, where he did a little interview that I saw with Zach. Okay. And he and Zach sat down. They had this little interview, and Zach Campbell was doing his reaction video like he does. But this time he actually had Lil Nas sitting there looking cute and all dressed up and doing the reaction with him. And he was interviewing him while he was doing it. So a lot of what I thought I saw in the video definitely went along with what he said. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run down with what was in the video, what he said about what was in the video, and then I'll let you know where it switches off, and I'm just giving you my kitchen table piece of what it was, because it didn't go all the way to they did go to the end, but he didn't get real deep with a lot of the stuff toward the end, which is where people really got up in their feelings. Okay, so the whole thing is Montero. The song is called Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Okay. Montero is Lil Nas X's real live first name. His name is Montero. A lot of what is actually going on with this whole thing, he has been told forever that being gay is wrong. We all know he's gay. Being gay is wrong, and that he is going to be going to hell. Okay. So that's the whole shebang. Giving into your own desires will end you up in hell. So what he did was took and did this video, and it basically went through temptation, giving into the temptation, ended up dying, going to hell. But in the whole situation, when he gets to hell, he not burning in hellfire and miserable for the rest of the time. he kind of goes to hell and takes over. Just takes over. So I said, okay, very interesting. So this is the thing, like I said, flip the script on the tormentors. Poke and prod, blow it up in their face. So he said himself, the first part that you see everything in the story, all of the characters in the story. He plays all the characters all the way through the whole thing. He plays everything. But you see the first part is the snake, the tree, him sitting down on the ground. And like he said, it's telling the story of Adam and Eve, basically, is what he said. That's the first scene. And then you actually see the snake comes down and the snake tempts him. And just hold that piece right over here for a second, okay? No, let's go on and go through it. We're gonna get out of order right now. Okay, so listen. So here comes this snake, okay? And I have to say this. That's why I said some of the stuff that I'm going to say, y'all might not be so happy with me, but that's okay because I don't care. Because you know, I do drag. I love art. I love movies and everything visual. And I have to say, as disturbing as some of the images are, the video is freaking beautiful. The cinematography is excellent. The costuming is sickening. The makeup, hair, nails, sickening. I'm just nosy. I would love to see the bottom figure for the video. The video is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there. Be mad at me. I don't give a shit. Listen, in every frame, he looks fantastic. Okay, he is living his drag fantasy. He is just breaking it up. Thank you, Lincoln. You say y'all been saying we were going to hell. Why y'all mad? Exactly. That's his whole point. He just flipped the bear around, which is something that I like to do anyway. But again, I mean, he went so deep with it. Okay. Would you say feeling guilty for being themselves if they aren't hurting anyone? Okay. So that's that. Now listen. So the snake basically equals temptation. You know the story of Adam and Eve, honey. The snake is temptation. Now this is where this starts to get kind of deep, and I start adding my own stuff in there. I was like, oh, this is even more than what you get ready than you saying over here with old Zach, honey. Because fornication. Because see, the snake in this story, the snake chased him, caught him, laid him down in the bushes, and the snake mounted him and kissed him up in the mouth. Baby, I said, what you say? Kissed him up in his mouth, honey. I said, I'm out. So I said, all right, kissed him in the mouth. And then this is when I said, oh, I know where we're going. This is not, because I was already, my eyes was open real wide. And I was like, oh no. And it gets down, baby, he peruses down. And the snake gave him a little lick. I said, ah! Wait a minute. So this is when I said, oh. Fornication and self-love. So then I had to go and check out some things that I said, let me see, because I think I've heard that somewhere before. I think I heard someone say that pleasuring yourself is also a sin. So I said, oh, now I'm going to get a little graphic with y'all. I told you, come in close and get your doggy bag because you might want to take some of this home with you. And I was like, this is something else. What's up, Deanna? I know, girl. It's going to be an open chat. I'm going to open it up because I know you're going to have some more stuff to say today, and you're going to have some questions. So self-love, I've heard in my travels, was a sin as well. Because basically you only supposed to fornicate man, woman, man, woman, only to procreate. Self-love is supposedly a no-no as well, because it's the opposite of self-control. So it's seen as sin as well. And the thing is, all the actions leading to masturbation are kind of looked at as sin because they're, again, lustful and sinful in nature. I said, okay, well, whatever, you know. And then I got real tickled because I was like, you really delving into this. You're playing all the characters. So when you are talking about the snake and look like the snake was about to give a little bit of head, you know, there are people who actually can. They really are flexible enough to actually give themselves head. And I said, oh, you really want to get these folks in an uproar, Lil Nas X. And I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What? Stir the pot, says, stir the pot. So I was like, all right, cool. We ain't got real deep yet. I said, okay. So then it goes to a scene, as right now, he done committed sin. So now he's being escorted into this Coliseum, and then you see all the people in the Coliseum. It's beautiful. It looks just like the Wonder Woman movies, these new Wonder Woman movies, and how the Coliseum looks is fantastic, okay? It's done really well. And everybody in the Coliseum, he's playing all the people in the Coliseum. It's all him again. And then he has like these two guards, and they take him, and they, you know, he's all dragged out, baby. They got blue wigs, pink wig, living his drag fantasy, child. So they take him, throw him down there, and basically he's being judged. He's in shackles and chains, and he's literally, and you got to really watch to really, because it goes by kind of fast. You might miss what they're really saying, but he's stoned to death. Because that's the period of time we're talking about. Real barbaric. He was stoned to death by the people in the Coliseum because he was different, and he was stoned. He was stoned for being different. So they get him. Hey, Zalent. See, a lot of these folks were actually here yesterday. I'm so glad you all are here. Zalent and Deanna and the viewers of you, they were all here for the chat that we had. Real me. A lot of them were here and on the panel, so I'm so glad y'all came back. I really appreciate you all being here. So they stoned him to death, and then after that, now these are the things he kind of went into a lot with the little thing with Zach, with the interview with Zach. And after that, you see basically, you see his body being lifted, and there's an angel, you know, because everything's, at this point, everything becomes very, again, like I said, coming into the Coliseum, they're in full out drag. Okay, different, pink fur and hair bumped and beat, and you know, different. You know how we are, different, child. Came down there. Now, when you see him in the next frame, he's being lifted. His body, so his spirit is being lifted, like he's going to heaven. There's this beautiful angel with the big full white wings, gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. And again, that's him too. Come bringing him up, and he is in all gold and white and like real toga style. Everything looks very serene and very pure, if you will. And he's being lifted, okay? And then he gets there, and I said, ooh. And this is one of the things, see, I'm going to say something y'all might not like. You know, I love the Lord, honey. I love him. I do. I have a whole relationship with my creator, honey. So I'm going to start this now by telling you, whoever's telling you that God doesn't love the gays is a lie, because I am one of the gays. I'm a big old gay, honey. And he really does love the gays. I got a whole relationship with my creator. And my creator, he has a really interesting sense of humor. That's why things like karma exists. So I always look at it that way. I always say, my Lord has one old sense of humor. So I don't run from my dark nature with my humor. You know, I'll laugh at some shit and be like, oh, you know, you ain't about shit. I have a dark sense of humor, and some things just, but when you look at life in the way, karma. Child, the creator has he has a sense of humor, okay? So follow me. Here we go. They lift him up to basically, you can go into the gates. You see the lights and the clouds, and it's just beautiful. And baby, they let him see in, and then they say, girl, you're not getting in, honey. No, ma'am. You're not getting in. You know that's petty. You know that's petty. Because if you're going to hell, why you got to be lifted up and get the chance to see in? So somebody can tell you, you ain't getting in this party, girl. And a pole appears. And all of everything changes at that point. Once he figured out he's not getting in. And at this point, this is when Lil Nas, this little thing, took over of his whole, oh, well, I'm going to hell, so I'm going to make the best of it. His clothes change from pure and white to sultry and seductive, dark. Everything is black. Everything is scantily clad. Everything is fitting. Everything is just, and he has these black patent leather boots. A lady of the night, if you will. Red, flaming red hair, like any old whore that you've ever seen. Flaming red. Braided to the back with long plaits, honey. Just a gorgeous old lady of the night, baby. And down this pole, he had business. And he come down the pole, baby, and it was giving you, honey, welcome. So he literally does this whole descend all the way into hell. From the moment of descent, you can tell that Lil Nas X is now in control. He's in control. You can't miss it. From the moment that he starts descending, it's done like he's breaking it up. That whore was breaking it up, okay? All the way down. I said, come on, P-Valley. So he gets down there to hell, gets up off the pole, and sashay you stay. He's sashaying through, baby. And the gates or the doors of hell opened up. Honey, Miss Nas sashays on in there, baby. And yeah, Calvin Klein underwear. And I loved that he did that instead of like a thong. It was cute. He kept it because he's a rapper. He's a rapper, so he kept it on. He's a rapper. He had on boxer briefs. They was cute. So he goes on in there, and from that time, he's in control. Not only that, he's on a mission. He's on a mission. So he walks through hell. He gets in here, and this is when shit went left. I said, wait a minute now. Who that? The devil. Old Lucifer himself, honey, sitting over there, sitting in a chair. Lil Nas stays completely unbothered. Unbothered, you hear me? Goes over there. he entices, he dominates, destroys, and takes over. At this point, I said, okay, I see where you went. You trolling. You are trolling, because all of the people who have told you that being gay was going to make you end up going to hell, you're like, okay, I'm going to go to hell, but I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to make myself have a good time. Ain't no big deal. I'm going to hell. All right, whatever. You know, religious people don't want to hear that. What the hell you mean? You okay with it? And you done embraced it. So he poked at them. Then folks who practice Satanism, you know what they all about. They really ain't about no homosexuals, for real. They not. But they got their own thing going. And you know, for them, for people who practice Satanism, they feel the same way about Satan as we feel about the Lord. So, you know, how dare you even approach him? But not only did he approached him, got his attention, told him, let's ride, straddled him, dominated him, snapped his neck, took his crown, put it on. Head drag queen in charge. Really? Poked the folks that practice Satanism, honey. Took their leader out. Really? So I said, oh, my Lord. So then from there, that's it. That's the end of the video. You see his archangel wings come out and maybe his eyes go, honey, and he is, yeah, right. Here you go, right here. Can't say it no better than myself. Bust hell wide open, honey. Bust it open. Now, the visuals from an artistic stance, beautiful. From a spiritual stance, creepy, disturbing, very disturbing, but only disturbing because I can't believe you really went there. Like girl, did you really just, and that's how it was. It was like, wow. Now, I said, okay. Oh, one last thing that he did in that interview with him and Zach. He did poke fun at the whole so-called Illuminati thing, that whole Illuminati moment. That, you know, because the whole thing about all the musical artists being part of the Illuminati and all of that, he poked at that. You know, it was like, child, you know, one of those things. I was like, oh, Nas, you are a whole troll. Lil Nas X, I don't ever want him to come down here and troll me on my channel because he is a mega troll, okay? He trolled the hell out of America and the surrounding folks as well. So, like I said, millions and millions and millions of views. Okay, and this is what his attitude is, okay? Now, there's also a shoe. There's also a shoe now. There's a shoe. They call them the Satan shoes. It's a black Nike sneaker. Nike has come out and said, we ain't got shit to do with that. Nothing. We have nothing to do with that shit. At all. At all. You got nothing to do with that. Some designer redid, you know, you can do that. Have a designer redo a shoe and they'll do it. So Nike has nothing to do with it. They call them the Satan shoes. Those shoes are actually retailing for like $1,500. Like $1,500. There's supposed to be a drop of blood in them. I ain't feeling that. Noise. That's it. It done went team too much. with the blood and the shoe and all this, because I kept saying yesterday when I talked about this that I seen other stuff with him, and just even seeing him and feeling his vibe. I do not believe that Lil Nas X is into Satanism. I don't. I just don't. At this present time, I still don't feel as though that young man is into Satanism. I just don't. Now, you know, things change. I may change. And if I change the way I feel, I'll come down here and I will share that. But I just don't. I still feel like this is the movement of the trolling that he is doing. And this is literally about clicks, views, sales, and literally shaking the foundation. Now, again, I say, when all of this, when all of this blows up in your face, when, not if, when, okay? Because we're only a few days in, and it keeps growing, okay? The last when I heard folks talking about the kids, I said, oh shit. Okay, I mean, poking at the Satanism folk and poking at the Christians. Okay, you know, people get them upset all the time, honey, and they get over it because, you know, especially the Christians. The Christians get over it. People who practice Christianity, they're supposed to be practicing forgiveness anyway. So, you know, they get over it and they move. But when you start to playing around and people start saying, "What about the kids? What about the kids? What about the babies? What about the kids?" Those are the situations that require somebody to come and help you when you get into those problems. And he's part of the LGBTQIA, so we ain't gonna leave him out there. You know, we will help. You know, we're gonna have to be the ones to come help him at some point. But that's okay. It is what it is. Now listen to this. Listen to this. He came out and did what people thought was going to be an apology for the shoe. Lil Nas X is a motherfucker. He's got the shoe and he says, "Okay, you guys, so here I go. This is what I have to say about the shoes." And the little video is only like 47 seconds or something like that. And he's holding the shoe. And I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting on this elaborate thing, tell him how, you know, he's going to get rid of the shoes. He starts playing the end of the video from the "Let's Ride," from that part of the song. I said, you double down on it. Mega troll. Mega goddamn troll. I say, Nas, when this blows up in your face, you're going to need all the help you can get, sis. It's okay. Just mega troll. Mega troll. Let's see, what are you saying? So if I ask Nike, wait a minute, hold on. He is petty, Leilani, girl. So if I ask Ike to do a custom anti-Semitic speaker with us, no, did you hear what I just said, T? I said Nike had absolutely nothing to do with it. He took the shoe, took a Nike shoe, went to a different designer, and they did all of the other stuff. Nike has nothing to do with it. Nike is not behind that at all. At all. Okay, so now listen to this. So then the situation about the kids, okay? This boy says, and this is part of a quote, okay? "I am an adult." This was a critic. This was a response that he gave to a critic. "I am an adult. I am an adult. I am not going to spend my entire career catering to your children. That is your job." I said, boy, if you don't stop doubling down on this bullshit, If you don't stop doubling down on this bullshit, no boy got balls. Well, y'all seen him in the video. Oh, Lil Nas X, child. I remember being in my 20s, honey. I do. It was a great time. It was. Child, he's going to look back at this and be like, what was you thinking, child? What were you thinking? But we're going to have to get him and help him, child. He's going to require some help from everybody. From everybody that love him, honey, he's going to have to get some help from, because he is just doubling down on this mess. Right, real me. Cares less. But now this is the last thing, and I'm going to open this up. Now listen. So all of that is the video stuff. I start listening because I like the song. I like the song, but the song was enough to troll people with from the door. Do you realize that in all this, the song don't have really nothing to do with that video? That video is a whole situation all on its own. The song is another situation all by itself. All by itself. That song is a whole nother situation that was enough to make people uncomfortable all by itself. That song will have the hip hop world in an uproar all by itself. If you really pay attention to the song, okay? Before I go to the song, right here, in the very beginning of the video, he says, in the beginning of the videos, not in the song, it's in the video. In life, we hide the parts we don't want the world to see. We lock them away. We tell them no. We banish them, but not here. We don't. Welcome to Montero. Basically telling you this is his world, and he was letting you into his world, and he was getting ready to troll the shit out of you. That's basically what that whole key point was in the very beginning of the video. So he really did give you a warning that he was going to let you have it before the video even starts. Okay, but the song itself, I just was concerned about the entities he bring into his life, just to troll, but to each their own. Right. I think he came out of the closet. The rap world moved away from him, expressing himself for the Old New Testament. He is being gay. Well, girl, Jasmine, this is what I'm going to get to. He actually was letting the hip hop world have it. He gave them the old read between the lines too. The song is actually, you listen, you look at the lyrics of the song, he's actually talking about screw and trade, honey. What you say, no? The song, I'll say it for once again, for the ones in the back, the song is actually about messing with trade. You know, that comes up a lot down here. People want to know about trade and how trade works and all that. Right. Come on here, Miss Savon. I'm going to get to your comment 1 second. Welcome. I seen you in here, girl. What my 80-year-old deaconess cousin said, God works in mysterious ways. What if this is God saying, Sienna, stop damning my creations to hell? A moment. What you say, Lacey? Shut your mouth and keep on talking. Now, wait a minute. I'm going to have to listen again. Girl, yeah, after I listen. So is James. That's why the whole thing is a kiki. You know what? Okay, so listen. Savon, here you go. He says in the song, and then I'm going to let y'all up here. For those, get ready. For those who want to talk, I'm going to let you up here. The song is about, this is what I gathered, and I play with words. I consider myself a little wordsmith, honey. But I say the song is about screw and trade. Not even, because I tell y'all all the time, you can't date trade, honey. screwing the trade. He's saying basically, I'll be your dirty little secret, but I'm unbothered, bitch. See, I tell you, trade is a boy that kind of messes around, but you can't date them. Child. They don't live, they don't consider themselves gay, they don't consider themselves bisexual, nothing like that. That you can't date them. They don't live the life. They ain't going off with you and y'all be holding hands and all that old bullshit. It ain't happening. And generally what ends up happening with folks who deal with trade, folks such as myself, gay folks that deal with trade, you end up in a heartbreak, because if you fall for them, then you're messed up. And same thing, so my heterosexual friends can understand a woman that messes around with a married man. You can't have him, sis. He's not yours. He's not available. So no matter how long or how much he said, oh, I'm a leaver, you know, and deep down in your core, he ain't leaving. And he ain't never going to be yours. You're always going to be number two. And that's that. And then at some point, you might end up being number three because you pick another two because he be tired of you. So it's that same kind of concept. Okay? So that's kind of how the whole dealing with trade thing. And generally, a gay individual who deals with trade ends up heartbroken. You've been a dirty little secret, and then when they're done, they just dispose of you. What is trade? Trade is a guy that messes around like it's a, just think DL, but ghetto. I don't know if you grasp that, but DL, but just ghetto with it. That's trade. Ain't about shit, ain't came from shit, and ain't got shit to offer. But some bam, 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 bam. Okay, that's trade. So listen, so what he ends up saying, like I said, generally, you end up heartbroken and you be like all messed up, okay? And the trade be going on to the next one. Be the slept with all your little girlfriends, all your little friends, and all that. That's what you be happening. A lot of times you be seeing, you know, when y'all be, I'm saying too much. I'm telling too much. But this is Kitchen Table Talk, right? Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk with SpillitBoyTV. Generally, when you be seeing these videos floating around Twitter and IG, oh, the gays gonna be mad at me, honey. When you be seeing my people rambling in the street, rumbling, they be fighting over trade, y'all. Usually, remember, we like to be pretty. Even the boys that don't do drag and stuff, just the little feminine boys, we like to be cute. They be talking shit. They don't really want to fight. We'll fight. We'll bust your ass. But we really don't want to fight, and definitely don't want to fight each other. We don't be wanting to be pulling each other's hair out and scratching each other's face and all that old dumb shit. But when it come down to the trade be that mess with 2 or 3 of them bitches will get to fighting each other and carrying on. See, I done said too much. I'm go ahead on. Y'all know I'm not lying. If I'm lying, put a 1 in the chat and I'll stop. I'll wait. Generally, when the girls go to fighting, they be fighting over the trade, child. Something that they can't even have. Anyway, so generally, that's kind of the way that things go. But in this instance, in this song, he basically is saying, I don't have a problem with it. I'll go ahead and I'll be your dirty little secret, but I'm unbothered. So really what's going on is that thing of, and I always found it to be kind of funny, when people be like, I had him. Girls do it too. Regular, you know, straight girls do that. And some gay guys say, I had him. You know what that means. I had him. That you laid him, you know. But it's generally guys say that about girls. I had her, you know. Like they got the power. In this situation, generally trade be done had the girls, and then they be having the power over them. In this instance, Lil Nas You ain't getting the power over him, baby. So listen to what he said now. He said, I never walk with niggas that's in my league. I want to fuck the ones that I envy. Which means I ain't really thrilled about laying around with another out homosexual. I want the forbidden fruit. I want what I can't have. And I'm okay with it. I want that over there. I don't want what's in this bar. I don't want who's at this parade, honey. I want that one over there playing basketball, honey. That's the one I want, honey. The football player, honey. I want him. I want what I'm not supposed to have. I want the forbidden fruit. Boom. Okay. And then he goes on and he says, you live in the dark. I can't pretend. You're on a down low. I'm not. So we all understand each other here. We all on the same page, okay? I know what you give. You know what I give. Period. He goes on and says, I'm not fazed, only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can call me when you want, call me when you need, call me in the morning. I'll be on the way. Did y'all catch that? Did you follow that? Somebody raise your hand. Did you catch that? I'm not fazed. I'm only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you could call me. If your girlfriend's not around, that's when I do my business. Send her away. She at work? My turn. Oh, she's out of town? I didn't write it. Call me out by your name. Now I took that called me out by your name. I got a key because you know how boys put your name in their phone as somebody else or a friend that's got the same name. Oh, that's my friend James. Yeah, okay, whatever. So that's what that's all given. And then it says, you told me you love me in private. I don't even care if you're lying. Right there, boom. I'll be your dirty little secret, honey. And I'm unbothered. I don't even care about all that. You're not going to get me hung up on you because I'm having you. You're not having me. But I'll allow you to believe that you're having me. But I'm having you. That Lil Nas X, honey, she's a piece of work, honey. I like her, honey. I said, girl, you got a lot going on. So now dig this. Like I said, the song itself was an old fuck you, honey. The song itself was enough controversy without the video at all. This child here, he is a complete mega troll. Like I said, I will be sitting around waiting on Lil Nas, and whatever he needs saving, honey, we'll have to go save him. But baby, this is just the beginning, child. This is gonna be something else. Anyway, let me go on and drop this here good old link and see what you folks got to say, honey. Yeah, that's why I told y'all I didn't want to go live on this completely yesterday because I needed to really dive into this and see what I could find out. And I'm glad I did. There was so much to look at. And when I got to these song lyrics, baby, when I tell you I was leaning all over the side of the bed, I said, child, Lil Nas need me to clean him up, Patty, because he's doing too much to the kids. You are really letting the kids have it out here in the streets. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But my stance is still, I believe that this is all trolling, like mega trolling. And I still say I don't believe he's into Satanism. And I hope he's not. But that's because that's my belief. You know, I don't deal with Satanism. But again, this is America, and we are allowed to do that here. We're allowed to worship however we want to worship. So, you know, it takes all kinds to make the world go round. So I'm not condemning anybody. That ain't my zhuzh. That ain't my gig. That ain't the gig I be getting up in. You do what you want to do. But me, I'm trying to keep the white clothes that he had on, the white and the gold clothes. I'm trying to keep them on when I get ready to go. I don't want to be at the door, child, and they be peeking in, honey, and they give me no sis. That's Patty. That was Patty. But that was him trolling, trying to get at the kids. Hey, yeah, Slappy. Why you ask that question? When I drop that link, that means anybody down there can come up. Slappy. Anybody. You over here at Treasure Lane, baby. Everybody. Everybody is welcome down to the lane, baby. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk with SpillitBoyTV. www.ChezTreasure.com. Ooh.